Oh, you sit down to study and suddenly everything else becomes more interesting. Maybe I should check my phone first, just one video. Or maybe I need a snack. Do I even need this degree? Should I just quit everything and go live in the woods? Sound familiar? You're not alone. Most students are using outdated, ineffective study techniques. They reread notes over and over for hours and retain almost nothing. But what if I showed you how to study smarter, not harder, so you can learn faster, retain more, and still have time to binge your favorite show? Ignore these tips, and you'll keep spinning in that same cycle of cramming and forgetting. But stick around, especially for the final tip, because it is the one thing top students do that almost no one talks about. Let's dive in. Tip 1. Trick your brain into studying your brain. It's lazy by design. Give yourself 3 hours to study, and guess what? It'll take you 3 hours, mostly filled with distractions and procrastination. This is called Parkinson's law. Work expands to fill the time you give it. So here's the trick. Instead of saying, I have to study for 3 hours, say, I'll just do 25 minutes. Your brain won't resist because 25 minutes feels doable. And once you start, you'll likely keep going. Tip 2. Learn like a genius. Einstein once said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. So if you want to learn faster, start teaching. Step 1. Pretend you're explaining the topic to a 6-year-old. No complicated words, no jargon, just the basics. Step 2. Notice where you get stuck. Step 3. Go back and learn those parts again. Simplify, then simplify some more. That's how you move from memorizing to truly understanding. Tip 3. Stop rereading. Start testing. Want to remember things up to twice as fast. There's a science-backed technique called active recall that can literally rewire your brain. Here's how. Instead of rereading your notes over and over, close the book and test yourself. Try recalling key concepts from memory. Write them out without peeking. Use flashcards, but don't just flip through them. Quiz yourself. This method activates your memory and forces your brain to engage deeply. That's how real learning happens. Tip 4. The timer trick for instant focus. Ever notice how you become ultra productive right before a deadline? That's urgency, and you can create it on purpose. Set a 35-minute timer, study like there's no tomorrow, then take a 5-minute break. Scroll guilt-free, stretch, or grab a snack. Repeat. This is the Pomodoro technique, with a twist. Short bursts of focused work prevent burnout, and knowing a break is coming helps your brain stay sharp. Plus, you'll avoid that fake studying we all fall into, where you stare at notes without absorbing a single thing. Tip 5. Work smarter with the 85-15 rule. Not everything you study is equally important. Let's face it, some content is fluff. Apply the 85-15 rule. 85% of your results come from 15% of the material. So instead of sweating every tiny detail, focus on what actually matters. Ask yourself, what topics are most likely to show up on the test? What do I still not understand? Check past exams. Talk to your teacher. If you already know it, skip it. Pro tip from straight A students. Start with a practice test before you study. You all instantly see which topics show up the most and an S where you should focus 85% of your time. Tip 6. The real secret to fast learning. This final tip is what sets apart good students from unstoppable ones. You can use every hack in the book, but if your brain isn't ready to process and store what you've learned, it'll all vanish by the next morning. Here's the truth. Your brain doesn't store info while you study. It processes and locks it in while you sleep. So what does that mean? No more all-nighters. Pulling an all-nighter before an exam is like pressing delete on everything you just studied. Get 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. That's when your brain sorts files and stores knowledge into long-term memory. And it's not just sleep. Even 15 minutes of exercise, like a brisk walk, can supercharge your memory. Why? Because movement boosts blood flow to the brain, making you more alert and better at recalling information. Here's your 6-step cheat sheet to studying smarter. Use short timers to avoid procrastination. Teach what you learn to lock in understanding. Test yourself actively, don't just reread. Study in focused bursts with built-in breaks. Apply the 85-15 rule to focus on high-impact topics. Sleep and move your body. They're free brain upgrades. Knowledge is in power. Applied knowledge is, so don't just watch this and move on. Pick one of these strategies and try it today. Then come back and let me know in the comments which one worked best for you. And if you're serious about becoming the best version of yourself, Like, comment, and follow me for more practical videos like this. Let's level up your learning together.